What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction, and in this one we have Trump intervene? Question mark. Jaishankar reveals truth behind India-Pakistan ceasefire days after Operation Sindoor. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give a video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get to it.
Just a little less than 2 weeks ago, President Trump intervened or played a role in the conflict that India has with Pakistan and has since '48, I think. And he says that he said on his own social media platform that he brokered a peace deal. I've heard voices, and you're smiling just a bit. I hear that as a voice as well. That might not be the whole story, but my point is, because as I see it, the President Trump is going to the world trying to make peace. That's what he's saying. That's his ambition. Do you agree that his approach, which is perhaps more cynical, which is more transactional, does bring more peace with it than the more ideologically or ideal-based approach that has been for some years now?
Well, first of all, let me, I like this telepathic interview where I just have to smile and you pick up on it. About where, our part of the world was concerned, because again, when we look at big global challenges, I think I would put terrorism right up there as one of the key challenges. It will affect the entire world. And we've had to grapple with a very serious terrorist attack in April. And what followed was a consequence of that, because the terrorists were based in a neighboring country and, were operating with impunity and with a high degree of state protection and support. We had the conflict for a few days that you spoke about. Now, we resolved that conflict for the moment in its particular military form through agreement and understanding for a cessation of firing and military action. And this was something that we negotiated directly between the militaries of the two countries. Yeah,
because I believe I had just seen a video where Modi or someone in the government said that India doesn't go through third parties. Like, if there's an issue, the issue will be handled between India and whatever country there's an issue with directly, but not through a third party country or third party world leader. Like, they're not having that. So it's like, even if there's good that comes with Trump taking the credit for it, he's like, that's just not what happened. That's not the situation for the Pakistan-India war.
the trigger for it was that
I will say war. Pakistan-India ceasefire. Sorry.
after we had fighting for a few days, we hit them very hard on a particular morning, the morning of the 10th to be precise. And that caused the Pakistanis to say, okay, we're prepared to stop the firing and, reach an understanding about how to deal with it. So I just want to, get that part of it across to you. But as a general proposition, I think right now, there's a conflict going on in Ukraine, as I said, into its fourth year. You have a very, serious situation. Again, a lot of bloodshed in the Middle East. Then there are other aspects to it, Yemen, et cetera, et cetera. So if you have, I think, a world leader who advocates conflict resolution and settlement. As a broad principle, obviously that is to be welcomed. Now, people can have views about, what's the best cause, what should be negotiated, who should negotiate it. That's a different issue.
Agreed.
But I think if one steps back and looks at the world in the last 5 years, let us say, it's a very difficult world. And the ravages of the COVID, the long-term effects, what it has done to societies.
It is crazy when you literally just think about the last 5 years. Like, we have been through a lot here in the world. Like, there's been a lot of different situations and circumstances that have hit us over the last 5 years, and that's just kind of insane to think about.
in many countries. And top of it, then multiple conflicts. I mean, and each of these conflicts, I spoke about how Ukraine has affected food, fuel, and fertilizer. Look at the Middle East. I mean, it has completely messed up shipping and, the maritime traffic between Asia and Europe. And that actually has very serious economic and job implications for people. So we need today an effort, ideally collective, but we know realistically that it doesn't work that way. Different countries need to find ways of bringing down the temperature, getting people to talk,
Yeah.
encouraging people to talk. And we believe that is best done in situations where people talk to each other directly.
So because obviously everybody would, I suppose, most people would agree that we need to talk together and we need to listen to each other. We need to settle the conflicts that are killing people in various regions, as you pointed out. What I'm also trying to look at is when, from a European perspective at least, when I think many Europeans and perhaps even European governments.
I feel like, just to kind of go off what Jaishankar said, absolutely, it's a great thing when world leaders are promoting world peace. Like, that should be a thing everyone promotes. My only thing is, if you're going to promote world peace, don't just promote it in one part of the world. Don't just promote it in the part that benefits you. Like, promote like world peace. You feel me? Promoted it all over the world. And that's how I feel about it, because I feel like certain situations and circumstances with the West, um, in certain parts of the world, it feels like they don't care what happens until it hits a different part of the world that affects them. And they're like, all right, we need to be doing this. It's time for peace. It's time for. And so, y'all talk to me in a comment section. Tell me how y'all feel about that. But I like Josh Shankar because when he gets in these interviews, it feels like he never like squirms. He's never nervous. He never doesn't have an answer. Like, he always has answers for each and every question. He's always confident. He never backs down, and he always speaks the truth. And so I really respect that.
Look at the current American president saying that kind of, and you may not like that word, but the kind of cynicism or realism, whatever you want to call it, is somehow dangerous. That engaging with countries that you do not share values with to the degree that you don't have one-to-one the same values, but still that there is some sort of respect for human rights or democratic aspirations or whatever that might be. That kind of cynicism is too much. It's not helping. So what I'm asking you is that, are you saying that, well, put that aside a bit and look at it, it is really doing a progress, it is helping?
Well, this time the reason you see me smiling is I'm thinking as a country, a democracy, who were invaded by a military dictatorship to my west, which was supported for multiple decades from the battlefield. We also said, you're going to have to talk. There's got to be dialogue, there's got to be diplomacy, and there's got to be direct contact. Now, there was a time, you remember there were these conferences which were going on about gathering countries on this.
In the whole
sure. Now, we attended those conferences, but we always said, look, what's the point of gathering everybody else and not having Russia in the room?
Completely agree. What is the point of gathering everybody else but not having Russia in the room when Russia is the topic of conversation? So India is more like if we got beef with you, if we got issues with you, right? We want to, between us. Let's not bring everybody else into it. Let's me and you talk and find out how we can get past these issues, these problems. And I absolutely respect it. That's all we got. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, check out the next. I'll see you guys next time.